Another thing that I mentioned besides clarity was tone. And so you can explore tone by picking right over your sound hole, that's a certain tone, kind of neutral. Picking way down towards the bridge, which is known as ponticello, give you a bright, plucky sound. Very different. And finally, you can do dolce, which is over the neck, or close to the neck, where the note kind of sounds sweeter and mellower. And just experiment with different degrees of that. Angle your hand differently. You can have your hand more like that, which I kind of don't recommend, but some people do play like this. You can play like that, you can play like that. So a lot of different ways. So experiment with that. Experiment with the angle of your hand and your wrist. Don't bend your wrist really extreme though, because then it'll get tense and you're not going to play well. Keep it sort of relaxed, or very relaxed actually. So different tones you can get out of the ukulele. The thumb gives you a very mellow tone. Loud, you can get some volume, but it tends to be a warmer tone. Alright, and running through some things really quick, some other scale practice routine things that we can do. You can pick the notes multiple times, so you can pick every note twice. Get your right hand technique together and to synchronize your two hands. You can pick every note 3 times. You can pick them 4 times. You can do these at tempos that you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be a fast tempo. That picking it 4 times could potentially be difficult, so slow it down. Go 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and slow, so that you're comfortable. Of course, there's legato and staccato, which are known as articulation. You can make your notes long, so there's barely any space between the notes. They ring into each other. Or staccato, where the notes are very short. They'll occupy their own space, and there's a lot of space in between the notes. You'll have to use muting techniques to achieve that staccato, which I've talked about in other videos. I won't belabor the point here, but you can check out other videos where I talk about staccato technique and muting. And so articulation is important. Dynamics are also important, and so you could do the scale soft. You can do it really loud. Or somewhere in between. You can also ramp up from soft to loud, loud to soft, which is known as crescendo, when you're ramping up slowly and gradually towards loud, and then decrescendo, which is when you're gradually ramping down from very loud to very soft. So start soft, and get loud, and then back down again. Louder, softer. Crescendo and decrescendo. Then we also have numerical sequences. What I mean by that, it sounds very fancy, but all it means is this. C is scale note number 1. D is scale note number 2. E is scale note number 3. F is scale note number 4. G is scale note number 5. A is scale note number 6. B is scale note number 7. And C is scale note number 8. So you can play assigning each note a number. You can go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. That sounds like this. And then you can do 4s. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 1, 2, 3, 1. You can do 1, 3, 2, 4. There's a million different numerical sequences. Just leave a comment in the comment section down below, or email me if you want a list of all those different patterns that we could do. There's countless ones, but I can give you a list of common ones that would be good to practice. But I just laid out, you know, the 3 that I really highly recommend that you do. And then the very final thing is you can mix your rhythms up. So instead of just doing quarters, just doing eighths, just doing sixteenths, you could do like a quarter note followed by 2 eighth notes, which is this. Do 2 eighth notes in a triplet. I'm just keeping the rhythm consistent. I'm always doing that same rhythm over and over, regardless of whatever note I happen to be on at that time. And on and on. So you can mix and match maybe 2 different rhythms. Like I was saying, quarter notes and eighth notes and triplets, quarter notes and triplets, triplets and quarter notes, endless combinations. And then you can do, you know, 3 different rhythms or 4 different rhythms. So there's lots and lots of rhythms out there in the world. You'll be able to discover those on your own. So anyway, I really wanted to just give you a bare bones practice routine for doing your scales. We could go so much deeper into this, but I think that's a good amount to practice. That should, in a realistic situation, take you about 10 or 15 minutes of your practice time to run through if you really did that faithfully. And then, of course, there's all the other scales, not just C major, but D major, or E flat major, or D harmonic minor, like I was doing in the Bach thing, etc. So you can really get involved with scales. I don't recommend you practice scales for hours and hours, but maybe give it 5 minutes of your busy day. And if you do, I guarantee you're going to get results. You're going to start to feel like you have more control and command of the instrument, more technique, and you're just really going to be more of a capable player. Okay, ukulele people, hope you enjoyed that. I will have tabs for this. I'm going to tab out my skill practice routine and leave that on Patreon for you to download. And also, of course, as always, subscribe. I always appreciate you being a new subscriber. If you liked this video, be sure to click like, click the notify bell if you want to know when I come out with new videos. And any and all money left in the tip jar over at Patreon is appreciated. Thank you to my new patrons. This is a tough time for musicians, not being able to gig and not being able to teach at full capacity like we normally do. And so every little bit helps, and I really appreciate you guys out there. Thanks so much. I want you to stay healthy. I want you to stay safe, and always let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'd be glad to. All right, ukulele people, you take care. Bye-bye.